Hey everybody, I'm Jen.
I'm
This is
Tony.
Tony, and you're watching the Jen and Tony Show.
Hey y'all, welcome for coming today. We got a topic on today is about who's right, who's wrong, and we're gonna go from that point right there. Sound like I'm dragging.
It's gloomy out here, so I think
Yeah,
that's just the energy.
yeah, it's raining. It's been raining all week, off and on. Out where we at, Natchez, Louisiana. That's where we at right now. We've been getting rain all week. So stop 2 days, go 2 days. But that's the subject for today. Who's wrong, who's right? We're gonna elaborate on it. Basically for age. I wanna go with age. Like if you're a certain age, you should, be able to deal with who's right, who's wrong, have a common sense debate, go on about your day, see that person next week, next day, say, man, that was, I had fun, uh, debating with you, because that's basically what it's going to come down to on, let me turn a little bit, y'all, excuse me, on who's right and who's wrong. And we was talking about that early, so I was like, man, what the subject gonna be? And I decided to just make it who's right, who's wrong.
Well, I had no idea what the subject was going to be, so you wrong for that.
So, uh, and I want to I'm gonna do this a little bit. It's like with individuals, not individuals, but individual activities that can suppress your feelings. You want to go put yours on live right quick?
Oh, sure.
So yeah, don't let certain things tear down your positive vibes. Activities can happen throughout life. They're gonna do that. Nobody's gonna stop that. It's a way of life. Things happen. You keep forward, or you choose to let things tear you down. Me personally, I don't let things tear me down. I kind of move around. Don't hate nobody. Uh, I try to congratulate as much as I possibly can, but I don't let things uh, in a quote unquote way. I'm gonna have to put it like this: tear down my heart, like literally affect my heart. Of course, there's gonna be things where people can't handle, and I'm not saying you have to be strong or nothing like that, but if you think about putting bleach on a shirt, the more bleach you put on a shirt, the more that shirt's gonna deteriorate. So I choose not to let things deteriorate my heart. Hey, Deja.
Hey, Deja.
Like that. So that's just my little, example. What I wanted to say on who's wrong. You know, on certain subjects and who's wrong, who's right. It could tear the heart up. Like we watch. It was like Cold Case File. We talked about what we've been watching because out here we don't get a lot of things out in the internet. Don't
Hello,
work.
Madison.
The
Hello, Willie.
the internet don't work too good, but it's like if you watching cold case files and you watch real life family, they'll have issues where this person wanted to find out who was the killer of her daughter, and it literally killed the lady. You remember that one?
Oh, it's a whole bunch of them.
No, but you remember that
Yeah,
one.
I remember that one.
So that's
I
kind
remember
of
a lot of them though, like
yeah,
that.
that's kind of like my example with who's wrong, who's right.
Hey,
Uh,
Demonte.
the lady wanted to find out so desperately who killed her daughter, she actually died. It actually was killing. The lady said it actually was killing her to fight so hard to stay alive to find out who the killer was. So to me, it's kind of
And
like
almost always, and I do mean 99% of the time, by the time that person dies, that's right when they find who the killer
right,
is. So
right.
they never get to know in this life. Of course, they know spiritually, but in the physical, they never get to know.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's who's wrong, who's right. Am I wrong for allowing the creator to allow other people who's in that profession to do their job? Not everybody's perfect because we watched one episode where one guy didn't do the analysis right. It was supposed to be double checked. What was it? Was it fingerprints? It was the
Yeah, I think it was
fingerprints.
like a student and they misread the prints, and 10 years later, they found out the prints were actually wrong.
Right.
Which also could have meant that an innocent person could have got framed. That was real dangerous.
Yeah. So
hey, Kendrick.
So yeah, that's my idea of, who's right, who's wrong. It's like if I say that person, which me, I'm not gonna judge off the top. I'm gonna basically look at it in 4-5 different views, and see which one looks the best. Of course, if it was my child, I'm gonna ask several times, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? And try to find some form of, evidence that this child did that before I get to a punishment. I'm not going to punish that child right away because I need to find some type of evidence to know that that child maybe took the cookie or, you see what I'm saying? Did it like that, did it like that. But, it's like, it bothers me on who's right, who's wrong, especially, we do relationships. In relationships, it really shouldn't matter. If I see that something's destroying my personal relationship, I'm going to just kind of, y'all already know my word. I'm going to opt out. Opt out, not bad. That means that I'm just not going to do a certain comment on certain things. I'd rather keep the relationship good than to, be steady on a certain subject trying to say, yeah, you wrong, Jennifer, you wrong. I'll just elaborate and try to have a nice debate. What about you?
Well, most people say I try to be on both sides, but I'm never on both sides. But I'm never in the middle. It's just I can see your point and I can see my point and I can see their point. It don't make me right, it don't make you right, it don't make them right. I just see the points. But I will break it down to wrong is wrong and right is right no matter what. So, I leave it at that. But I try not to make conflict in the end because I don't like arguing. And I don't like arguing with other people. I don't like arguing in my relationship. So I try to see everybody's points and leave out on a positive note if I can.
Yeah, the wrongs, like I say, that's, y'all already know I'm going to, throw my words and eventually I'm going to make me a shirt, opt out. My opt out is not bad. It's just I have no contest. It's like when you go to court. Remember, the creator have so above, so below. So the court here that we stand on is basically I'm opting out. I'm choosing to say no contest.
DeMonte say just gotta be understanding of people differences.
Right. And I'm cool with that. But I have you do have a personal right. I have a personal right to have those opinions. But he said,
hey, Kevin.
He said, right, Jen. There is wrong and right.
For real.
For real. Okay. Yeah. So that's one of the things I wanted to kind of do today for the relationships in any form. We do relationships, but it's in any form. It's mother, father, sister, brother, friends, neighbors, whoever, like that. Because of course, me and Jennifer believe in, a neighbor is the one who is closest to you at that time. If I walk outside, Jennifer's no longer my neighbor. If someone across the street or if my daughter is by me, that's what I consider as my neighbor. And it's unadopted, I say, I'm about to say,
I'm about to get married on here.
But respect our neighbor, and that's how I look at it. If I end up being in the grocery store, as people passing me, they become my neighbor. So I have to give some form of respect to them, like I would want them to give to me. But of course, that's not always gonna happen. But remember that shirt, opt out. What's your shirt gonna be?
Let shit go.
No, we can't do that.
That's just how I am. Let it go. It's not that important.
We'll do that one, but we'll do SH question mark exclamation point.
I literally looked at the shirts earlier today on Wish. I was like, that is so me. Let crap go.
Yeah.
But my thing is when it comes to right and wrong, people can think I'm two-faced, but I'm not being two-faced. I'm just seeing both people's story because everybody got a story.
Yeah, but why would you even contradict yourself?
Well, I'm not, because one person might be telling their story and I'll be going, yeah, you're right. But then the other person that's involved, I'm going, yeah, you're right. And it's like, whose side you on? I'm not on anybody's side. This person has a valid point, and so does this person.
I would just say something. I'll be like, y'all, I'm gonna do
but this is where y'all wrong.
Right, but I'm gonna do, what's the word when we had the insurance thing, the like deliberation, what it was?
Arbitration.
The arbitration. I'm gonna just be arbitration, and my whole thing is kind of like to start to saying, not really picking sides, because a lot of people do, like Jennifer say, want you on the side. I'm not gonna side. I'm gonna just be there. you know, and please allow me, I'm talking for me, please allow me to have that option where, Tony's here. We already know he's gonna be in the middle. I don't mind being in the
I'm
middle.
gonna choose what's right on
Yeah.
your side.
Well,
Not necessarily, hey, this person isn't. No, I'm gonna choose what's right, and then allow you to see that, hey, that other side is wrong. Because the more you tell a person that they're wrong, the more they fight you.
Yeah, but I'm opt out. So that means that I'm here when I choose to opt in, not right or wrong. I'm not doing right or wrong. I'm 48. I choose not to do no right or wrong. I'm gonna just come in and say I heard both sides. I understand your point. I understand your point. Now, if it's like Jennifer's point, I'm gonna come in and say, well, that could destroy your relationship. Now, at that point, I'm opting in because I don't want to see two individuals break up over a bottle of water. Who didn't put their name on the water? Willie Williams says,
I believe part of the health or healing process, and that leads to the forgiveness process, is the steps to a spiritual growth.
That's true. But Willie, on that part, a lot of people
they want to fight. They'll go to fight.
Right. I believe anything you believe in that makes you a better person. And I repeat that. Anything that a person believes in that makes them a better person, I'm down with that. Me personally. If it makes you a better individual, I don't care if you Buddha, Hindi, you Catholic, Catholics. I don't care what religion you are. You could be with the KK. You could be with the KKK. If it makes you a better person, not bad, I'm down for that. At my age of 48.
I won't say an argument, but a debate with somebody where they were saying a certain thing. They were like, well, I don't see why people believe, I'm going to just say apples.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they were saying they believe that apples are the best. And the people I'm giving an example.
Okay.
And the other people were arguing oranges were the best.
Mm-hmm.
But he was saying, how could y'all believe this when apples is this, that.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, you know what, it's all fruit.
Right.
Instead of aiming at talking about how bad oranges are, why you just don't focus on what the good is? Like get out of that. It's all fruit. Mm-hmm. It all get ate. It's all healthy.
I mean, that's like what we was talking about in the indoctrination. In that part right there, it's like what you believe, what you was led to believe is right. The Bible have apple right. So of course, we're gonna look at apple first, but if you got vitamin C and this person's sick and I need apple have what? Whatever I forgot what apple have, but just say apple had, vitamin K. Just, for example. Jennifer needs a vitamin C because she have a cold. I need vitamin C because a vitamin K because I have cancer from the apple. Well, we both right? Because we both need.
Good, but it's not the answer for you.
Yeah, but we both need. So, it's kind of like what Willie was saying. It's like a spiritual growth, huh? Mm-hmm. Look at both things, like that. So, and I think that's bipolar. But anyway, I'm down for whatever a person wants,
Somebody asked me about dieting too. We get into that a lot of places we go where people talk about, well, what do you do? What should I do? What do you think? And my answer is always, everybody's body is different.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you to drink water when you have water retention. That's not going to work for you. It works
you can
for
use my cousin, Devin, I felt like when Devin came to me, he was like, well, this is my cousin. He said, well, Tony, I'm a vegan. And I was like, well, the first thing that popped in my mind, it may be right for him. His creator might have told him, well, you need to reduce this. So spiritually up to the individual that does that.
Somebody that's entirely hoarded by meat, a straight meat lover. We know for a fact that they have to do that.
Right,
but if you're not a meat lover like that and you have a nice balance of veggie and meat, how can you argue? That's two different situations. So that's why I don't get in the wrong and right of that. Everybody's metabolism is different.
Yeah, I agreed with him that, and my cousin was a football player. So, he needed to take down that weight for health issues. Sometimes people need to take weight up. If you go to jail and you're 140, you're going to come out of jail at least 200, 160. because of the diet. My grandmother worked at a convalescent home for older people, and she had to make that diet just right to keep those people in balance. It was, carrots and peas and certain things like that. And she had to keep that nutrition balanced. She couldn't be up and she couldn't be low. She had to have portion and all that. So I learned a lot of that stuff when I was real, real young.
Yeah.
So that's to me, that's what veganism is, vegetarian. It's not the fact that it shouldn't be the fact that you don't want to kill animals or something like that, because pretty much if it takes milk, say in certain vegan foods, if it's a soy and it's killing people because they don't have no other income, you killing people. You killing
They need to
people.
eat. This
Right.
is a desperate situation.
Right. Say you go to the jungles of such and such, we come over there, oh, we need this soy. Okay, we'll produce it. And in actuality, there's people out there that's actually producing this stuff for low wage income. You killing them people. So this is where argument comes. So I opt out of that. This is my example. You killing people, and to get that stuff for people who's just vegans. That's where I opt out, because that's an argument. That's what we are talking about today. Who's right? Who's wrong?
There is no right and wrong. The only thing there is people that agree for certain things. Hey, I'll make these soybeans for y'all so we can make a little money, so we could, get the weapons to kill our wild pigs so we can eat, because this is how we eat. They can't survive on the soy because they burn more energy. So they need that. So it's everybody is different. Not that I want to get on food, but it's kind of like the subject of people of I'm right, you wrong. It's like it is none. Everybody is an individual, and you have to do what's right for you, as long as it's not hurting anybody. What's the other one? Taking somebody's property. Something
or
negative.
killing them. Yeah, it's 3 major rules. If you follow those rules, you follow the whole earthly rule. You just won't harm anybody, and then you have spiritual growth. But and then we can go a little bit further, like for as who's right, who's wrong. Can a millionaire get to heaven? Sure, he can. Because a lot of times in the book, the manual, I call it the book, the manual that I read, it tells me that such and such gave everything away. Right before he died, he gave everything away. Then you have some that didn't want to give everything away, and he wasn't let into whatever you believe in. But to me, I feel like, hey, I lived a nice life. Let me donate everything. Make sure family is okay. Everybody have for me to take my departure. So for my rebirth, and I was rich. I had money, but I lived because I definitely took care of people right before I died, and I treated nobody wrong. So I definitely, me personally, I believe, rich people can get into heaven. It's just that once again, the indoctrination comes in. It's like everybody have money. It's like this. They a-holes, and they don't do this and they don't do that. All they care about is tax write. Well, you got people like that, and this is what we got. Who's right, who's wrong. That person, and it's kind of like what Willie say, hey, before they die, did they get their spiritual growth,
Ray will say he always right.
Yeah. So
well, who can argue that?
Yep.
I never seen you
You're always
wrong.
right.
Actually, I never seen you wrong, so I can't even say that.
Yeah. So that's where we at on that right there. And I just hate to see people getting, too emotional over little bitty things. We got a question.
DeMonte say, well, with food about malnourished or obese, wrong. I mean, it is that is a true statement. If you too big to the point of where you can't do certain things, because some people like being thick. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you like, because it's guys and girls out there that like thick people.
Well, let me say
don't let it get to 600 pounds.
I seen a post on Facebook, and they had these guys.
DeMonte say he always right too.
I seen a post the other day on Facebook, and they had 1 through 10, and they had different guys' weight. And I'm gonna go with the question. I looked at it, I said, let me look at this. All the girls liked it, the heavy set guys.
Yep.
So, I can't question that. To a typical mind, it would be like, muscles, 6-packs. That's not what they wanted, and
they like the big belly. They like that.
So, so that's where we come in again. Who's right, who's wrong,
Yeah, Demonte saying unhealthy though,
Yeah,
but you know, hey, so I've known some people that were overweight that has outlived some small
yeah,
people.
but we,
So
we gotta go also wrong and right is left and right, negative,
right,
positive. So on that fact, you know, unhealthy though they may be spiritually healthy. So now they have to
right,
practice to get to they unhealthy. You have to be spiritually
because
healthy,
I'm
like Will
obese
said.
according to the chart.
Mhm.
Me being my height and my weight, I'm obese.
Yeah,
But I'm a size 10, 9, 10. You know, I don't think that's obese, but hey, according to the medical association, I need to lose like 20
yeah. In
pounds.
jurisdiction, I'm also at my right level. You know, I'm 160. I stay around 160. I drops to 140, working a lot, but I'll maintain 150 to 160. And if I and you know, I could drop 10 pounds like it's nothing. It's only a certain little bit of things that I could do, change a little bit of what I eat, and I could drop that 10 pounds in a couple of days. Easy, you
I
know.
mean, even though with them saying I'm overweight, I don't feel that way. I mean, I think it's all about how you view yourself. I know I don't sit up and gorge on food and all that stuff, and when I do, the first thing Tony know I'm gonna do is detox. So you know,
Mhm.
I do handle myself for the way I am.
Willie Williams, he will say rich people do go to heaven. Every person has a purpose in life, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because it was that even though this rich person might have been mean or whatever, you don't know what that person did, you know, in
mm-hmm.
his private life. Everybody don't expose everything that they do.
Yeah, they may have weighed out the scale like Libra. They may have weighed out what they did good versus bad, you know. And if it works that way, it worked that way.
Ray will say he brought big boys in style. I mean, that's who I used to date though. When I was younger, like in my teens up to my early 20s, I was less than 100 pounds, and then I got around maybe the 110. I liked big guys, so you know it balanced me being small than being big.
The Monte say we all right. Yep, that's what it say, the right hand of the creator. So, but yeah, so you know, but I really wanted to do that right there. So when you know people just say, "Hey man, can you help me with this?" and you can help me with that.
It actually can, Demonte. Say it could go on forever because
Mm-hmm.
people like to argue, and we know this for a fact
Mm-hmm.
because if you read the comments on Facebook, that's all they do is argue.
Mm-hmm.
Argue, 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 argue.
Well, I mean, that's why we doing it, you know, to make it like funny. Like, man, remember we did that show, who's right, who's wrong, like that. I just like to have
We
conversation.
were arguing before we got on the show. Not in a bad way, but just something between me and him. The video he watched, and we were arguing at that point. Well,
Well,
hey,
I'm
this is
kind of
my
not
point.
arguing. This
This
is
your
another.
point.
That's jurisdictional word. We were having a
Tony don't
theological
like
debate.
the vision of us yelling, fussing, but
Now,
we
it
were
was,
talking though,
yeah,
y'all.
you know, but yeah, it was more like a theory, you know, looking at the theories and viewing what you see in your optical vision and what she sees in her optical vision. And we was talking about that the other day. And you also gotta remember if you see evil, you are evil. Like if you use both of your eyes to see evil, you know, or do evil, that's what you become, you know. And that's what we were saying, you know, seeing just in the next couple of years to be able to see positivity so you could become truly positive, you know, and live
That was
that
our
way.
argument because I was like, I see positive all the time. I see the best in people, but I'm not a fool. I also see the dark side. And Tony was like, well, you should get out of seeing the dark side. But my argument was, if I don't see the dark side, that's how you get blindsided. You know, I think I should use both sides, especially being a woman. It's easy to get got when you let your guard
Yeah,
down.
but that, you know, like I say, from a person who, you know, if a person has to be a jailer, he sees evil all day and he may do evil all day. And I'm sure that a lot of people who actually been to jail understand that you have one person who's in there that's not like that, that's, you know, a CO, but he end up being around people that do CO. I'm just not cool with that. I believe if you on earth and you have an opportunity to see good, use that good and be that good, you know, there's no reason for a captain if everybody behind him is going to take over and go run the field and start shooting, you know, and don't know what they shooting for. The captain tells the person, hey, this is what we're going to do. So you overthrow the captain, you overthrew the whole mission. The mission is failed, you know, and everybody behind him that's coming in to war also failed because you had a certain group that just failed.
Ray will say we don't argue, we debate.
Debate, yeah,
All right,
that's
I'll
key
leave the
word.
word alone
That's the
because I
key
love to
word.
say argue.
That's
but
key word, debate. I love debates. Like when we go to parties and stuff, I be kind of like looking around. Who's gonna debate today? And I don't have no problem
That's
with that.
usually when I go upstairs. I be seeing the conversation coming. I'm like, well, let me just exit left right quick because I know they about to talk. I almost said argue. They about to talk for the next 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, it's like shooting at a target. Hey man, let's basketball. Let's see who can make as many three throws. I can't say it right, but it's like, hey, let's see how many baskets you can hit on basketball. It's either a womanly or man, debate. Like he's saying, let's just see, and they be ready. They love to hear my opinions, and I love to hear their opinions when we be at parties and stuff like that. And it's really not about who's right or who's wrong. It's just at the end of the day, you say, wow, I had fun talking to such and such, such and such. That's what I get out of it. And I get to think about that person or persons for the next 3
And then I hear that sentence that comes out when I'm up there chilling. Jennifer, come here.
Yep, and then she straight NUT up.
Well, it's not that I do that. It's just I don't know. I be like feeling like I'm doing it now. It's happening. I feel like you put me on the spot. I'm like,
but
I wasn't even in this. I was
that's
upstairs.
the part. That's the part about going to a debate is like going to war, but not in a bad way. It's just like, hey, watch me hammer it down, like that, so you can share your views. You have to get exercise if you want to, be in the.
Well, I'm not. I don't have exercise in coming debating, like just sitting around talking about something. I'm more of a listener. Now, when it comes to a point of arguing, like somebody, that's more of my character. Whoa. First of all, that's me. I know that's how I do. That's if somebody's completely wrong. It's not to be right. It's like, hold up, y'all taking this too far.
I think you need to get in more. I think you need to exercise that because it'll help you at home, even with your kids. Your kids gonna come after you at one point in time. They gonna come after you, and you have to wrong they right or right they wrong. So I think if you get in there and set yourself, because everybody getting in an airplane cockpit.
I'm good with the kids because I'm older than them.
Yeah, right now.
So, I have the experience and the advantage. They can't beat me right now.
But,
like I say,
when you get in that airplane, for the first time and you flying, you're going to have a little jitters. I don't think nobody got in an airplane and just zoom, especially if it had a little turbulence or something like that. I just think you need to get in there.
And I think I'm used to you always taking the lead. So I also like, don't like being disrespectful. Like jumping in the conversation when I know you talking, I don't like doing it.
But it's a debate. We had that at school. We had a debate team at school. We had certain things in school that you were taught how to debate. And these things, like we had, what was it, the math? We had, I can't think of the name, but it was about checkbooks. What was that? But they don't have it anymore. Economics.
Yeah, I hated that class.
Like we had economics, and people don't take economics into account right now. Like that. So my thing is, I just think just a suggestion. Get in a little bit. If someone call you, hey Jennifer, what you think about this? And not really to tear nobody down. It's just so that person can see your level of spirituality.
No, Savannah, this is not just for married people. We do single shows.
Yeah,
sometimes.
we do singles. We do single people. We just try to keep people together. It's about relationship. Means mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, kids, all of those things. We just try to stop. Kayla. We just try to stop a typical relationship from going bad. That's it.
It's always an argument amongst single people because I watch this all the time on the Tips and Relationship show I be looking at on Facebook, and they always got an argument going. I'm like, man, they make the single life, seem hard, but I know it's because most of them are probably up in the late 20s and 30s, so they pretty much know what they want and they not taking no bull crap. So I think that's what that room is kind of about. Ray will say listeners are the best debaters because you soaking up everything and separating fact from fiction. And that's what I do. I sit there I'll
No,
tell him about it
yeah,
afterwards. I'll be
but
like, well, Tony, yeah, I heard that.
it's nothing wrong with you saying sitting in the middle.
Savannah says she need a personal session.
We do those, but
We
it's
do lots of those.
yeah,
People call all the time.
right. But it's nothing wrong. Back to that, it's nothing wrong with inserting yourself and saying, how about looking at it in this point of view? Because remember, we got who's right, who's wrong. You're gonna have a negative and you're gonna have a positive. But it's nothing wrong for me to say that you, Jennifer, or anybody else can insert themselves in a conversation and get a little experience. So next time it gets more comfortable and comfortable. That's what I'm saying.
You know, I'm double dutch. I'm gonna jump in, jump out.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong. That's kind of like what
upstairs.
That's kind of like when inserting yourself in. Look what the guy did when he did the fingerprints on the cold case file. He wanted to do everything. The other guy said, "I am embarrassed for this actual."
That's right. So he's a listener as well.
That's good. Nothing wrong with listeners, because listeners soak up a lot of what's wrong and what's right. Because it is a wrong and it is a right.
Yeah, and you get to see some stuff from from an outside point of view.
Right.
And you really can form some opinions that might seem judgmental, but it's actually true.
It's kind of like
you're looking.
It's kind of like when you go to a person's house, be like, hey, Savannah, you look like you didn't gain weight. Savannah say, no, I haven't. But because we don't see you all the time, we may have seen you. We ain't saying fat, but we just saying you may have gained a little weight. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like Tony see me every day. Somebody said one time, this was one time, I don't believe that's true for right now, but back then they was like, oh, you lost some weight. And Tony was like, but it's because we see each other every day. I don't even see G growing, but I know he's growing because we just had to buy socks. So somebody else can say he got big, but to me, he's still little.
Yeah, but I be knowing they growing because, clothes and shoes they grow out of,
Shirts getting a little tight.
Yeah, I be knowing that, and he said right. So yeah, but we do different stuff, right, wrong, was the subject.
Single, together,
family.
'Cause I went off on a rant on my family issues one day. I was hot.
Right. Hey, I tried to call you, Michael Robinson, the other day. You didn't. I only had your number. I mean what is it?
The
messenger. We was out in the area. We wanted to stop by and come meet you and your wife. My brother live over there in the area. So shoot me your number on Messenger and I'll call you. But today we doing right and wrong in a relationship. We do relationship issues, mothers, fathers with siblings, and just try to keep people together. And today was who's right, who's wrong, how to kind of get a common
outside
ground.
people perspective like that.
Yeah, and
I debate with my mama all the time, like all the time. Y'all wearing the same colors from the last show, are we?
I always got on black. We in Louisiana, so I don't have a lot of clothes. I only got a lot of work shirts.
He got straight work clothes. But
yeah, so
he
I'm
tell
always
me I
in
need
black.
to stop wearing black. So I'll be in there looking for colors. I almost wore green, but I just put this on.
Yeah, we probably be home probably at the end of the month. But yeah, that's why I got black shirts on. I've been working, so all I have is work shirts, and I got 2 shirts that's not work shirts.
Don't wear them white shirts because he done killed them at work. He say, I got beef with y'all, man. Why? For what? Beef with we? How can you have beef with us?
Nah, he was saying but what's up?
Hey, Al.
So yeah, y'all, but back to the subject, who's right, who's wrong. It is gonna always be a right and it's gonna always be a wrong due to the nature of somebody wanting to be right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's why I was saying about me and my mama. We always have our debates. Like Tony be knowing I'm on the phone with my mama because he'll be like, you done got loud. I can hear you down the street. I know you on the phone with her because we always bumping heads about something. So, but it's really not right or wrong. I just be like, Tony, I'm trying to.
With my mama, I just test her. I might shoot a subject. And
she's stressing me, y'all.
I shoot a subject with my mama to see her view,
He say y'all never got J-Dog email to me so I can get him. Oh, what happened with
the
that?
phone? We had new phone.
Oh yeah, he broke his phone or something.
2 times.
He can't even get in touch with J-Dog.
Yeah, and we actually got a song ready for him and everything. So I'll get it though, Adrian. I'll get it to you. I'll just have to call my brother and get it to you. But man, I'm sorry, but we broke 2 phones within the last time we did
Yep.
that interview.
I lost all our pictures. I had regained all our pictures. I lost them all in one phone. All the baby pictures and everything. I had no pictures of me as a child. Period. So I
I'm
lost
sure your mama
everything.
got some,
Yeah, I'm
but
sure
you know
she
we'll grow back from that. But yeah, I'll get that email to you. But we got, like I said, we got songs for J Dog. We're gonna try to, we trying to get, but we have to work. You know, it's other interviews we could do for our Celebrity Mondays, but we have to work and we have to meet these goals that we set. You know, for the next 2 years. So you know, I'll make sure I remember that. I'll
Yeah,
put that
he
on my
gave
note.
us his number and everything. So, and he wanted us to come back because he wanted a shirt from us. And he kept saying, man, when y'all come, because we stayed there like, what, 2 hours
Yeah, it was
after the
long.
show? We was there for a long time talking.
Yeah. We'll try to get back on it, like I say, Celebrity Money. I just didn't want to keep saying it and didn't lock nobody down. A lot of people didn't want to talk about their old careers. So I called a couple of people. They just didn't want to talk about the old. They wanted to wait for the new. So, that's where that's at. And we'll do what we have to do on that.
There's nothing wrong with that because, times have changed. So,
Music
we
different.
we out of that era. We in a whole
you know what we could do?
attitude
We
right now.
probably could do Celebrity Monday. Where are you now?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Stuff
Yeah.
like that,
That way they'll feel more comfortable
Right.
because when it
Where
comes
are
to
you
people
now?
interviewing you, people have distrust issues because they scared you're gonna slide that question in, which I agree because I feel like that.
It's a lot of truth that I know personally that I don't get into, and them people might think I'm gonna say something like that, so I just leave it alone. If they trust me, they trust me, but I'll never put.
Because J Dog had full trust. He wasn't, worried about that. But everybody that we know and contacted, they made sure they said we want to start with a clean slate.
They want to do what's now, and so they don't want to. Same thing with the subject, the wrong or the right. They want to do what's so called be right at this point. But yeah, we'll try to get on that. But so yeah, y'all to wrap it up, just make sure that when people, that you talking to, look at their points. I'm gonna practice me. I've been doing real good on looking at other people's points. It's like, hey, that's that person's opinion. I have to, definitely be whatever about their opinion, respectful about their opinion. So, that's what I'm gonna do personally is respect everybody's opinion, Now, if I get in the car and have my own thoughts, I'm gonna always think out the process why this person think like that. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. I'm gonna always do that. I have to look at both sides of the story.
Yeah, and sometimes I can get into it with, somebody where we talking about something and I'll be like, nah, because I'm running my mouth. But when we get home and I think about it, sometimes I sleep on it and I'll be like, man, I was so busy trying to prove my point. I didn't even hear what they were saying.
Yeah, we working on Broken Mic. Like I say here, we was supposed to be here a certain period of time, but I was contracted to do whatever. So, whenever.
Yeah, Tony ended up getting what, 2 more jobs?
1, 2, 3.
Three more jobs. So that's what held us up because we were supposed to come see you, really, right?
So the main,
calling him Ray. I'm just the Broken Mic.
The main job here, I contracted the help all the way through. So I have to definitely abide by that contract. So in their family, so I didn't mind. If it took an extra 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but once we do get through and everything, we'll like I say with Adrian and everybody, we'll get caught up. Trust me. I say Andre?
Yes.
I've been thinking Adrian all the time.
Adrian.
I'm sorry, Andre Smith. So we'll get on it, Broken Mic. Trust me, I'm not bull crapping and nothing like that. It's just I have to follow the path.
Because I got the songs wrote down already. That stuff is already done. The only thing I haven't done was a song for, our intro. Because that's kind of, you got to be catchy. You can't just make up a song. I'm waiting for that perfect, catchy tune that, will just boom. Kind of like Steve-O's show. Because the kids sing his intro song all the time. Like it's on the radio.
Perfect. The words go definitely with the beat. Yeah, ain't no doubt about it. But yeah, so y'all remember, people got their own personal views, respect their views, let's go into 2020 with the respect a perspective of looking at each person's views and, you know, wishing them well and hope that they view is the right view for them and whatever views that you have is right for you. So
Well, my view is that we gonna lay down and watch TV until I fall asleep,
she gonna
like
go
I
to sleep in
always
10
do.
minutes. Head right here, arm right there, and she gonna be gone. So, but yeah, so you know, appreciate y'all for coming. We'll be back Tuesday, 8 o'clock. If y'all do have subjects, I'll reiterate it again. Uh leave a topic.
No, that's not off topic because we was wrong for that, but we, could have
What?
told you that we lost the phone. He was saying, sorry to get y'all off
Oh
topic, but
no,
we
no, that's
were
okay.
wrong.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's okay. Now send me your email right now, and I'll get that. I'm supposed to get that email right now. And if when I do, I'll make if the individual like you to have a number, I'll give you the number, but I have to ask first. I'm gonna say, hey, would you like this person to, have their number, and I will give it to you if that person wants you to have the number. Because I lost his number too, but it's easy for me to get in contact with him. Got several people to get in contact with. So we out of here. We fist to go. Remember once again,
and I took a nap. I'm gonna be up for a
yeah,
minute,
yeah. I took a
so
nap too.
I'm not
I've
going
been
right
asleep
to
too.
sleep.
So y'all respect everybody's points of view, and if we can get like that in all aspects of business and personal relationships, if we see each other's right is right and everybody wrong is wrong, hey, we can get along perfect. Peace.